Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live recorded, and what we do here is basically go over news that I would typically go over by myself with all of you guys for anybody that may be new. All right, let's see who's in the chat, and then we'll go from there. Mr. Green Hash, Chris Hanley, good to see you, man. Andrew Masad, Oval Tech, Power Minds, good morning, buddy. I know you took a bad beat during the poker tournament, but it's okay. Won't hold it against you. Nick K, good to see you. Sorry, I had to give you shit, buddy. Let's see. Anthony Denizzo, Backwards Miner, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Let's see who else is here. Mr. Dumpster Fire, might have already said that. Solar Miner, good to see you. All set. Leo Lustig, my man. Swamp 7, good morning. All right, let's get into this and see what the market's looking like today. We are looking like 40,956. Everything is in the red, and this looks awful. But at the end of the day, typically when people are fearful, this is a good time to buy, right? Always buy the dips, don't sell on the dips. Sell on the dips, you're a sucker, and that's what they want you to do, right? We have Ethereum at 2382, looking like it's holding pretty good, actually, to be honest. I mean, it's above where it was before the ETF, so you can't really complain there. Dogecoin 8.5 cents, just about. We have XRP at 53 cents, down a little bit. Solana is probably one of the biggest losers, I guess, today, right? $88.43. I want to see if it gets into the high 70s, like 79 or so, and then it'll be a pretty decent buy, at least for me. We have ETC at, let's see, 23.9, almost 24 bucks. That's taken a little bit of a hit in the last couple days, but not too bad, not too bad. Kaspa is about 10 cents even, just about. We have Litecoin at 69 bucks. AVAX down to $31. Actually, Dogecoin, if I'm not mistaken, flipped Avalanche, sorry. But I don't know, we'll have to see about that in a second. Let's go over to Crypto Bubbles. Let's check out on the week. Let's see. On the week, look at that. Mr. Power Minds is all excited.
Perfect.
He's got a lot of Sia coin, or he's got some Sia coin. He's excited about it. 36.3% up on the week. You know what? All right, Power Minds, clip this, because the first time and only time I'm going to say this, you were right. Did you get that? I'm going to say it closer. You were right, sir. You were right. Sia coin is doing good. All right, we have Ron up 33.4%. This is Ronin. I don't know what this is. 93 ranking on the top 100. All right, on the day though, it is up. Sia coin 3.4%. We have eHex up 9% today, and Hex 6.5% today. Everything else is in the red and looking like ish, pretty much. Listen, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn every once in a while. Power Minds. That's the truth there. All right, so we got the Fear and Greed Index looking like 55. Again, this is definitely just neutral. This is not greedy at all. This is neutral. Yeah, we could definitely have some more room for downside though. So just don't be too weary of that. Don't let, I guess, your emotions get the best of you. If it's gonna go down, just hold it. Things will come back. Okay, it takes a bit, but not financial advice. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna hold and hope for the best. Top 10 coins over here on CoinGecko by CoinMarketCap. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, XRP, USDC, Lido Staked Ether, Cardano, and Dogecoin got back in 10th place. Look at that.
Perfect.
Like I said, it flipped Avalanche. All right, we are flipped it actually by what, 600 million. Interesting. That's crazy. That took a real poop. So you know what, to be honest, is that a good buy for Avalanche? You guys let me know. What do you guys think? $30.90, is that a good buy? It might be. I don't remember what it was when it was in the top 11, but I mean in top 10 rather, but it did have a $2 billion market cap higher, or even 3 actually, than where it is as right now. So take that as you will. Litecoin's in 20th, looks like, again, $69.46. We have Bitcoin Cash, 232 bucks and 50 cents. Over here in 23rd place, we have ETC in 26th place, again at 23.76. Let's see, Kaspa's in 40th still. Oh, look at that, dropped under 10 cents. It's at 9. Good time to buy, just saying. $2.2 billion market cap. Man, everything is really just bleeding. Everything's just bleeding. But I guess when there's blood in the streets, that's the best time to buy. You guys all know that. All right, let's get into the mining segment of things. Unfortunately, I have to go decently quick this morning because yeah, we have things to do. Daddy duty calls. All right, the wind miner K9, top of the charts, 10.3 terahashes. Looks like it is making 74.61 a day. That's pretty rough. But at the end of the day, it's still good. It's just you got to pay a lot of money to get, you know, this miner. And I honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anybody that owns a K9. Does anybody own a K9? Does anybody? Blaine Anderson, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good morning. I need my COD. Good morning. Good morning. All right, we have the Ice River KS3 8 terahash unit making 56.42 a day. We have the Ice River KS3M 6 terahash unit making 39.91 a day.
Bruh.
Oh, that's terrible. The X16P. Oh wait, you know what? The iPolo G1. We were talking about this on Saturday Night Live with Mr. Geek of All Trades. This Grin miner's been killing it. Does anybody mine Grin? Does anybody have this iPolo G1? I don't have one. 36 gigahash unit, 21.64 a day on Grin. That's crazy. That's crazy good. The X16P, 5.8 gigahashes. I am testing this unit right now. I really don't want to see my electric bill this month. I don't. It is $19.74 profiting per day if you're mining this mechanic sum or whatever it is. I don't know. I forget what it's called every single freaking time. Every single time I forget what that is, but I am mining Octaspace on it. Let's see. We have Ice River KS2 2 terahash unit making 13.14 a day. Oh my god, that's terrible. Let's see. Let's scroll down a little bit. We have the Jazz Miner X16Q 1950 mega hashes making $6.68 again on that C coin right there with 10 cents kilowatt hour. Let's see, where is the Ant Miner L7? Did I already pass it? Right here, L7 9050. This thing's making me $4.85 a day down in Terra Hosting. If you guys are interested, links in the description. It's way cheaper than running it at my house. We have the Jazz Miner X4Q 1 gigahash unit 3.47 a day, which is not too bad. Let's see, and then we got the Ice River KS0 Pro, the most disappointing one of all. 200 gigahash unit, 100 watts, $1.37 a day. Bruh. Anyways, we got I just sent the original Ice River, which is down here making pennies on the dollar now. The Ice River KS0 100 gigahash, 65 watts. It's making 65 cents a day. Bruh. Is that worth it? Not sure. But anyways, I sent it out to Crypto 440, and he's gonna try to solder a 6-pin adapter on it and get rid of that barrel jack. So I'm super excited to see where that actually goes. All right, let's check out GPUs quick, and then we'll get into the news and stuff. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Talked about Grin on Saturday, and it looks like Grin is at the top of the charts for mining now. That's interesting on these GPUs. 40 series, the Grin and the Lithium still on the top. We have Nexa is also on the top there for the 40 series. And CTXC, what is that? Why don't I remember that name? Oh, Cortex. Yeah, that's right. Cortex. Then we got BTG over here on the 7900 XT and Xano. Let's see. Grin again, 6800. Lithium. AIPG still on some. Carlson. Interesting. Interesting. What are you guys all mining with your GPUs? Let me know in the chat. I'm loving the Wrath NVIDIA is feeling. What from what Solar Miner actually? From what? Is there something is there big news that's out there? All right, let's get into the news, guys. Unfortunately, like I said, I have a short stream today. I got to get through this pretty quick. So we have Anthony Popliano. This is about 2 days ago. Bitcoin hash rate is at an all-time high. I want to see what he said over here. I didn't have a chance to watch it, so if you guys would like to, I would appreciate if you hit the like button. Let's do it. Oh god, that's really loud. I'm sorry.
So the last 3 months, right, 3 or 4 months, wild ride for Bitcoin, also the crypto world. But now some investors are starting to wonder if this current pullback is an example of either sell the news or maybe bait and switch, or bringing out Pomp Investments and Anthony Pompliano. All right, I mean, you know, might be some buyer's remorse out there. You know, we were 48,000, now we're at 40,000. What happened?
Buyer's remorse. Do you hear him? No, that's shaking out the weak hands. The people that buy in and the people that are gonna freak out. They're getting rid of them.
Well, look, there's a huge run up in price, obviously, from mid-October until the actual approval. So we're sitting around $27,000 back in mid-October and almost doubled in price. And so obviously there's going to be some profit taking. I also think that people don't quite understand all of the different things that are happening in the market in terms of grayscale, right? GBTC still has a 1.5% management fee. And so there's people who are dumping that. About $2 billion has flowed out, which is more than covering the inflows that have come in on the ETF side. And so you just have a lot of sellers at the moment. But I do think that we're seeing so much interest in the ETFs. If everyone just waits and chills, the price will be just fine.
You know, there's always been this sort of undercurrent that on one hand, you want the Wall Street involved, but on the other hand, you really don't want Wall Street involved. You know what I mean?
I think that there's going to be a pre-ETF era and a post-ETF era when it comes to Bitcoin's history. And what you have to remember is that when you get tons of Wall Street investors involved and you get lots of liquidity in the market, volatility will dampen. The good news is we probably won't have a lot of 80% drawdowns anymore. But the bad news may be you may not have those asymmetric 1,000% gains in a single year either.
I saw something from out of ARC, and it says Bitcoin's hash rate is at an all-time high. 50 exahashes this month. Now, a lot of this, I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but the chart, I'm a chart guy. Look at that damn chart.
There's like a lot of this, I don't know what the hell I'm saying.
See a chart like this, I'm like, what is that? I like it. So, I mean, it's a positive piece here, but explain to us why this is another reason maybe people want to be long Bitcoin.
So when I ask somebody, hey, what is the value that's backing that asset? A lot of people say there's nothing backing Bitcoin.
Right.
But actually, if you think about in the digital world, the single most valuable commodity in the world is computing power. And Bitcoin is backed by computing power. And that's what you're seeing here is how much computing power is behind the Bitcoin network, right? What is running this network? And so Bitcoin's network is the strongest computer network in the entire world. It's faster and it is stronger than all the supercomputers and all the really highly technical things. Bitcoin is a decentralized network with all this computing power. And so what does that mean? The more computing power that's pointed towards Bitcoin, the more secure it is. And the whole idea of Bitcoin is that it's outside the system, no one can hack it, and no one's going to be able to change it. And so when you see that chart going up and to the right, that means that Bitcoin is actually getting stronger. The stronger the Bitcoin is, the more valuable people are.
And that's part of the real actual value proposition, not just, hey, you know what, it's anti-fiat currency, but that puts some real meat on the fundamental bone.
Yeah, if you think
that was a good point, actually. The higher the hash rate, the stronger Bitcoin is, makes it stronger to just everybody. That's crazy.
About what is the system behind it, right? There's actual people have gone, they've bought computers, they've plugged them in, they're consuming power, they're turning power into money. And the more power or the more computing power that's on that network, the stronger it is, the harder.
It's a double-edged sword because it's like the more hash rate on the network, the more it sucks for like us, right? The people that were into it for a while. But at the end of the day, it does do a good thing for Bitcoin, makes it stronger.
It is to hack. And so just like gold, right? The more that you can physically touch the gold, the more it's in your possession. Same thing here is the network is being protected by that computing power. Right. And so you want to see that continue to go up and to the right for as much as it can.
Before I let you go, market's looking phenomenal. Stock market's looking phenomenal. We've had a big run in a lot of things. Commodities may be coming on. Are you feeling okay overall? Are you one of these people, though, that gets a little antsy when things feel too good?
So I think it's interesting. The S&P hit an all-time high. We got over 5% interest rates. But what I would say is if you look at global liquidity, that's really the driver here. And we have seen global liquidity now is showing a number of different signs based on how you measure it, that we are going to see much more money sloshing around in the global economy, regardless of what the Fed does. And I do think that that'll serve as a tailwind for the next couple of years.
All right. Love it. Hey, my man, have a great weekend.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Shout out to Pomp for that. That was a great little clip. All right, let's get into crypto zombies. So Bitcoin update warning. We've never seen anything like this before. He does all the charting at the beginning, so I actually just am going to skip that. If you guys are interested, the link is down in the description below. Again, I do appreciate Mr. Crypto Zombies video. Guys, that like button, I hate to ask, but YouTube makes me. Let's do it.
Guys, listen, if you've been following this channel, we have been bullish when everyone else was bearish, when everyone was calling for, 12,000, 10,000. There were some calls for like $6,000 to $3,000 Bitcoin. And we just said that's absolutely crazy, right? We were bullish during the entire year of 2023. And I will remain bullish for this year. And I still think a new all-time high is possible this year. I just don't really see us doing that before the halving based on what we've seen historically. Now, again, I could be wrong and I'm willing to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. That would be great for my Bitcoin badge, right? But what I am saying is that this could be an opportunity to accumulate that last final dip. So I wouldn't be freaking out. I wouldn't be getting scared. I wouldn't be getting bored and walking away from it if price didn't continue to rocket. Again, I'm going to reiterate. Not financial advice. I don't know what these ETFs are going to do imminently, but I do know that it took the gold ETF 10 months before it started to take off, right? We're only just over a week with this ETF, right?
That's true. It took 10 months for the gold ETF to take off, so take that into consideration. Mr. Andrew Masad said, I like the hoodie. I got to get one of yours. Do appreciate it. Yes, this is new. Hopefully you guys like it.
So, like, Darius Dale was over on...
You know what? I actually like his hoodie as well, and that was a lot of shit.
Anthony Pompliano's channel. I actually just got an alert right now. That's the hourly, though. Don't worry about that. That's my side trades. So he was talking about how we were in this extremely, sort of bullish area, and maybe now we're pulling back a little bit into the semi sort of neutral expected returns.
The last time we were on, the Wacker weather model was all green skies, all green lights. Stock market signal was bullish, bond market signal was bullish, Bitcoin signal was bullish. This update, or at least going back to an update from last week, we're now seeing more neutral signals in terms of the rolling 3-month outlook for the stock market and the 3-month outlook for Bitcoin. It's not necessarily bearish signal in isolation, but directionally bearish relative to the condition that we were in.
So again, that's not saying that we're expecting price to go down. Neutral even means that price can actually still go up. It just means that you're probably not going to see these crazy 150%, moves. Maybe not within the next 3 months, right? We had that move already. We need a little bit of a cool off, a little bit of a consolidation, who knows, even a bit of a distribution. But the thing we can point out is that US spot ETF inflows were over 1.2 billion in just the first 4 days. These are astronomical numbers, guys. And yes, of course, we do have the issue with GBTC. They are in fact selling, and this is creating a bit of an issue, right? They were dumping 10,000 Bitcoin basically every day on Coinbase. Now, what is impressive about that is considering how much Bitcoin they were dumping, the fact that Bitcoin is still in the same range, that's actually pretty impressive. Everyone's like,
Very
it's not going up. Well, the fact that it's not crashing and they've been offloading 10,000 a day is pretty impressive. Well, a few days, I think they were a little higher than that, right? But, Anthony Scaramucci, he was over on Yahoo and he kind of just broke it down, explain it to a 5-year-old,
Real quick, before he gets into that, so the GBTC, you guys know, was converted over into the Grayscale's Bitcoin spot ETF. So I guess people made a decent amount of money, and a lot of people are probably pulling out of that ETF as well, and they have to wait 30 days to get back into another ETF similar with lower fees. So I'm wondering if within 30 days from last week or whatever, we're going to see a big influx of Bitcoin come into the market. But I mean, I guess only time will tell.
I was talking a lot about the spot Bitcoin ETF last week, which is seen as a real milestone. Do you see it that way? Do you think it's going to be the huge money bringer to Bitcoin that a lot of people are seeing?
Over time it will be, and I think you guys addressed this last week, but it's worth noting. You have lots of investors that went into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust at 2%. They bought it at the Bitcoin at 50,000, 60,000, 69,000. And so when the ETF became available and they were able to sell the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and take a loss for tax purposes, and you guys know this, they have to wait 30 days before they can reload. But it's a great arbitrage for these people. They can go from a 2% trust into a 21 basis point ETF, and they have to wait, and there's a lot of churn and a lot of volume churn as a result of that. But I think generally the notion that this is an asset class that's here to stay, people like Abigail Johnson at Fidelity and Larry Fink are working on it at BlackRock. I think it's great for the industry.
The other thing to consider is just simply looking at the Bitcoin on exchanges. You could see ever since this point here, Bitcoin has just continued to have less and less and less and less on exchanges. So obviously with the halving coming up, with the ETF starting to go live with the ads and the campaigns and all these things, it's going to get more people aware, more people are going to learn about it, more people are going to be interested. And where are they going to be getting this Bitcoin from? Because not only are we seeing some of the lowest exchange volumes that we've seen, or coins on exchanges since, the last time we were this low was pretty much May of 2018. So, you know what I mean? So this is pretty crazy when you think about the demand with the halving and all the people that are going to be getting into it. And Fred Krueger, he actually kind of broke down a sort of mind-boggling ETF sort of just point on data I wanted to bring to you guys.
What is 640,000 Bitcoin? One way to think of it is 3% now of all Bitcoin that will ever be created is now sitting in these ETFs. And that number is rising. Oh, wow. So we have this new number, 3%.
Oh, wow. That was actually a really good point. Damn, that's crazy to think about. That's 3% of all Bitcoin. Wow.
That's in all the ETFs. And where are we going to close out this year? I think we're going to close this year out more like 5% of all.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. If the ETFs have 5% of all existing Bitcoin, that's crazy.
Bitcoin's going to be in the ETFs or something like 1 million Bitcoin, which is what David Bailey from Bitcoin Magazine thinks.
That's crazy.
So 3% is nothing to sneeze at. And the share of the non-Bitcoin ETFs, which in just 3 days has hit 0.25%.
That's crazy.
Which is astounding that, 0.25% of kind of the future world money supply, if you believe like me that, Bitcoin is the future of money, that is now in ETF. So I think it's just mind-boggling that the ETFs are really taking over the world like this. It's just going to be a flow, increasing flow up. And when you sort of think about it in those terms, that we're at 3% of Bitcoin supplies in ETF, and that number is going to get to 5% by the end of the year. I think there's no reason to be anything less than very, very bullish on Bitcoin and on these ETFs.
So that's crazy. I honestly, I didn't think it was going to be that high. And same thing with Crypto Craig. He said that's way higher than I thought it would be. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of Bitcoin into the ETFs.
Here's the fun part of the video. If you actually stuck around this far, I do believe that regardless of what we see, and again, I'm not saying that we can't see another push. We could push up to 45, 47 again, just to, double tap it, so to speak, make sure, and hey, look, if we can break and hold above that key level, then just forget it. Throw everything I said out the window, and we're probably going to keep going up, right? A lot of it does matter with what's going on in the S&P, the stock, the Dow. I would pay attention to the stock market if the stock market continues to rally. But one thing I wanted to give a shout out to Invest Answers. He broke down all these different, there were all these different predictions, all these different theories, all these different ways of calculating it. And he just kind of broke down the average of where we probably could see Bitcoin's ROI.
What a dick. Zombie didn't even subscribe to this guy. Real quick. Good morning, Geek of All Trades. Thanks for being here.
I don't know if this is just for the all-time high of this cycle or next year, but either way, these numbers should be enough to get you excited in the event that we do get some of these upcoming dips if they do happen.
But
Solar Mine is correct. So FOMO hasn't even started yet, dude. 1,000%.
Problem is, as the price goes up, also many things change. So having a linear relationship here, I don't think makes much sense, because there will also be more scarcity as more money comes in. And there are people, the hardcore hodlers of Bitcoin, they're not selling till it gets to $1 million, and we're a long way away from that. But it was an interesting case in point. So I took...
I'm selling at 500 if it gets that high. I'm paying my house off. I don't care what everybody else does. Have fun. Hold it till $1 million. You guys will be dead by then. Just kidding.
The coin
just kidding.
shares model, and
but I'm out as soon as my bills are done.
Modifier. Now, again,
then I'll
let me
start
walk
over
you through this. So first of all, if we take James Seyfort's potential of $100 million a week, what would that do to price? That would increase Bitcoin price by $140 before April. So I have a thing I call the 21x multiplier in this epoch. That's going to become 42x after April, which is...
Real quick, with what I just said, you guys all need to have goals, right? You should always have a goal of what you're trying to achieve in life, right? When it comes to crypto, especially, have that point where you're gonna actually hard stop. Okay, I know FOMO is real. I know greed takes over most of the time, but you guys need to have a goal. Like my goal is pay off the house. Get rid of it. Once I get to that point, it's all getting dumped, and then we're starting over. I'll just do it again, right? It's not like you're gonna be missing out forever. It's gonna continuously go up, but greed really is the worst part of holding crypto, right? You guys need to know when to sell.
Is going to be quite stunning. Sorry, my phone was buzzing. Now, 1 year from now, imagine we do 100 million a week per James, and he said that's easy achievable. That's $5.2 billion. That would alone, just the money flows into those funds, would take the price up by 7,200. But there's a difference, because after the halving, the my multiplier goes to 42, which would take the price increase in price up to by 14,500. So it would take us to nearly 60,000 just from the funds, if they continue to just put only 100 million a week. Of course, that's going to increase as there's more education, more awareness, more investment advisors pumping Bitcoin, more advertisement from all the big funds. The money is going to be colossal. So this is, I sandbag a lot, but this is incredibly sandbagged. However, if you imagine all the small little ETPs around the world that have digital assets, currently over 50 billion, I assume conservatively that will double Okay, going to 100 billion because of the Fidelities and the BlackRocks bringing in an extra 50 billion, which is nothing to them. And I'll explain why it's so nothing. That would bring the price up to 184,000 in that model. So I hope everybody's tracking with me there. Let's see, 513% ROI from today. Now remember, that $50 billion you see there, it is only 0.17% of the assets under management from all the asset managers with ETF filings today. 0.1%. People are conservatively assuming half of 1% to 1% will be dropped into this thing. I'm only assuming 0.1%.
Now, again, are we going to go all the way back down to
crazy.
30,000? Are we going to get that chance? I don't know, because there's a lot of people that kind of want that to happen. A lot of people want Bitcoin to go down to these levels. So, you know, generally when everyone is hoping that Bitcoin price can go down so they can accumulate more, there is a chance that it may get front run, right? So we're looking at a zone between 30 to 32. Maybe it only dips to, I don't know, 36, 35 or something like that, and it gets front run or something like that, right? Now, Samson Mao, of course, he is still claiming that $1 million Bitcoin is possible. This is, of course, his explanation.
You are saying $1 million Bitcoin. What's the logic behind that? Well, like, what? And not only $1 million Bitcoin, which we all know is going to come eventually, but $1 million Bitcoin in a very, very short amount of time.
Right. So I think the key message I'm trying to get across is that the macro environment has fundamentally changed. And then I did some analysis, and other people like Macronaut and BitPain and others have also done the math too. And Bitcoin going up 20x is not a difficult thing. It's done it sometimes in the past. So the key here is that everything is different now with the ETFs, with the amount of money able to flow into the Bitcoin ecosystem. And we can very rapidly go up to 1 million. Whether we stay there or not is a different question, but just the lack of supply, because we are constrained. There's about 1.4, maybe 1.6 million BTC on exchanges right now. That's not a lot, and at some point it's going to dry up, especially
the real question here is, why doesn't he have the Bitcoin standard in the background instead of the fiat standard for a book right there? Mr. Scott Sheffield, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for coming. A Chump Change VIP. I know you're already linked in Discord. Appreciate you, buddy.
The rate at which the ETFs are hoovering up all the coins at the moment.
I'm assuming you don't believe in the diminishing returns theory.
Not really. I mean, we talk often about hyper-Bitcoinization. And if you believe in hyper-Bitcoinization, then it's impossible to believe in diminishing returns, because there should be no cycles to Bitcoin. If you're going to reach the point of hyper-Bitcoinization whereby we replace all fiat money, then there is nothing to go back to. So what are you measuring the returns in, right? If the US dollar no longer exists, then how can you have diminishing returns? So I guess there's two parts there. One is, will there be another cycle? And I'm not really sure. Like, just because we had 3 similar looking cycles in the past does not mean that we're always going to have this cycle, right? Because it's like flipping a coin. You get heads 3 times doesn't mean the next time it's more likely you're going to get tails. It's a different equation every single time. And
That's a good point.
The other part is, well, if Bitcoin does replace fiat, then there is no diminishing returns. You're just Bitcoin now. So it's not really possible to measure returns.
You know, but okay, I think he does this more for just, I mean, I think he's come out and said, look, I'm kind of just hyperbole here to get people to think outside the box, to think about how these multipliers could work. But, you know, if you just look at what the Franklin Templeton CEO was saying, she was talking about Bitcoin and the ETFs and all this other stuff, but she goes on to talk about what really sold her on the idea of Bitcoin. And this, getting back to Samson Mao's idea of hyper-Bitcoinization, really is what I believe to be also a key factor that will continue to drive adoption globally.
You know, one of the things that made me a believer is as I went around the world talking to people who would tell you, I had somebody who said, I keep 50% of my savings in Bitcoin because if I say the wrong thing in my country, I could have my assets confiscated. I remember talking to somebody in Israel who said, my parents and their parents had all of their assets confiscated. They keep a portion of it in Bitcoin. So there's a fear component to it that is considered almost an insurance or safety component. But I also think it's really important to fueling what is a next real opportunity in this blockchain world.
So again, if I could just like summarize what we're looking at right here, and this, again, if you're watching on Monday, this is still applicable. We have to keep our eyes on what is going on in the stock market. If the stock markets continue to put in, not every stock is doing well, of course. I mean, which one was it? Spirit Airlines. Oh my goodness, you see that chart? Woo, I don't even want to pull that one up. Sorry if any of you are holding that. But yeah, ultimately what I'm seeing personally, I'm neutral right now. I don't even want to say I'm bearish because I'm really neutral until we break below this $40,000 area. If we break below that 40,000 and it acts as resistance, then I'm going to go into a short-term bearish perspective. But again, when I say bearish, what I mean is excellent opportunity for accumulation, because I am mid to long-term bullish on Bitcoin. I think the halving is going to, really bring in that effect, and we tend to see it takes a few months after the halving to really see that effect take place. The ETFs are the outlier. They're the new guys on the block, right? I don't know how that's going to affect it, but just looking at traditional, just normal, what we've been doing on the channel for the past 7 years, just looking at the TA, it is suggesting that maybe we should exercise a bit of caution at this moment, right? Now, if we are able to break and hold above that $50,000 area, mostly, I would say hold for at least a week, then the bearish thesis will be out right now. So ultimately neutral, falling below 40K, bearish, then we're looking at those lower targets, and then I think we're doing the sideways chop accumulation, right? So that's kind of where we're at right now. But the main takeaway that I want you to take away from this video is it is not a overall bearish sentiment. It's neutral right now to potentially bearish, maybe. But if we do get some of those lower levels, I firmly believe that that will be the last time you will ever be able to buy Bitcoin ever in your life, ever at those levels again. So any dips, in my opinion, not financial advice, that we see, if we even see any major dips, we might not, who knows, maybe tomorrow Bitcoin just goes to 50K again and goes to the moon, I don't know. But if we do enter what I think we're going to do based on history, this is a generational opportunity. And if you were hesitant, you were sitting outside of the market, you didn't scoop up any Bitcoin when it was at those levels, I think this would be the last opportunity. Because once we break back above that range, I just don't see how we're going back down there again, right? And one other thing I wanted to end on real quick was, I
think he's pretty right over there, like with that assessment, right? If it goes down this last time, if it does take a spike down, this is most likely going to be one of your last opportunities to get in this low, right? And I know people just continuously wait for lower and lower times, but it's like, man, most of the time, if you just hold it, you're going to do just fine.
I don't know if you saw this, but Trump, and not taking political sides here, but he did say that if elected, he would not allow a CBDC.
Tonight, I'm also making another promise to protect Americans from government tyranny. As your president, I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
Eat shit, Gary. You are a loser.
So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the...
Appreciate Mr. Crypto Zombie for his video. All right, let's get into this. How would I invest $1,000 into crypto in 2024? Altcoin Daily made a video yesterday. I want to see what they have to say about it. Guys, that like button. Appreciate you for hanging out.
Crypto has been the best performing asset for over the last decade, not since the internet revolution of the 2000s.
We believe that this is a critical category formation time.
Have we seen such a new technology with such big potential? But just like in those early days, even after experts said the bubble has popped, the winners have already been chosen, this is already decades old. The biggest gainers for the internet were still to come. Some hadn't even been invented yet, but the people that paid attention.
I think the internet is
found.
Dude, look how young they all look. That's crazy.
Gems among the rubble. They financially changed their lives forever. Today, let's look at how I would invest $1,000 in crypto in 2024 if I was starting out today. Because I do believe some of the winners, most of the winners, have not been chosen yet. Definitely not in terms of mainstream awareness. So this is my portfolio breakdown. Smash the like button if you appreciate this sort of content. It lets me know you want to see more of it. And while a particular coin pick may shock you, watch the whole video. Let's start with number 1 and 2, maybe sort of obvious, but Bitcoin and Ethereum. And by the way, I chose this portfolio allocation, and again, this is me, what I would do. You might do something else. But this is under the assumption that we're heading into / continuing into bull market territory. We've been in a bear market, in my opinion, for over 2 years, and then technically started that new bull market at the beginning of last year. But because of this...
Did we actually start it, though? What do you guys think? I think we're in like the beginning stages of it.
Because of the trend change, I'm allocating more risk to my portfolio with the goal of the end game to always be accumulating more Bitcoin or turning
And
those.
you know what? That's a good point. He said like with the, with everything changing, everything's going towards more bull market. Now you're going to be more risky with altcoins and stuff because altcoins are most likely going to push with everything else, right? But usually during a bear market, what you want to do is convert most of what you got into a bigger coin or just, stable coins. So you're not like screwed.
Those altcoin gains eventually into Bitcoin, which again is riskier. I'm taking that on. And the 3 reasons Bitcoin makes the list: number 1, the halving that's happening in 90 days. That's literally going to be a supply constraint on the asset, aka a supply shock.
That must have been the toilet paper aisle in Target when COVID happened. You guys remember that?
On the asset, aka a supply shock. And by the way, we've seen this over and over again. The Bitcoin halving is baked into the code. And while in total, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin ever in existence.
If there's even that much left, there should be like, what do they say, 15 to 17 million, because 5 to 7 million have been lost or something. I don't know. So there should be like roughly 16, 17 million-ish, depending.
The last one won't be mined from today for over 100 years from now, and every 4 years we get that supply shock, which leads to price increase. We also know that Bitcoin has never really had such a clear demand shock. BlackRock has officially backed the asset. They're literally accumulating as much as they possibly can right now to sell to their clients through the ETF. And just like when the first gold ETF was ever publicly available, listed in 2004, yes, the price...
Well, BlackRock sold to like 47K too and bought back in, right? Didn't they? Something along those lines?
Dipped for about the next 3 to 6 months. But after that, for the next 5+ years, gold almost only went up.
Could you imagine if this is what the Bitcoin chart looks like, right? Like literally, look at gold, right? The big peak, right? You guys could say that was like 2017 or even last run, right? Like, look at this. Or not last year, but you know what I mean, the last run. This is, that would be insane. I mean, we're going to have pullbacks, obviously. Look, like, see how it peaks out and pulls back. Like, as long as the overall trajectory is up, that's all that matters.
Now Wall Street had an easy way to buy. Now Ethereum comes in at 20% also for my 2024 portfolio. And
I don't think he's wrong with Ethereum here. Again, Ethereum ETFs are around the corner. They're inevitable. They're going to happen, whether you guys like it or not, no matter how you feel about it. Remove your emotions, throw them in the garbage, and just be smart.
Just understand that doesn't mean I'll necessarily be holding Ethereum 5 years from now or 10 years from now, right? There's many.
There you go.
Ethereum.
You just said it perfectly. You don't have to hold it forever, but like, listen, if you're going to make money off it, why wouldn't you?
Killers or competitors that may change things. Bitcoin is that long-term hold. It is fundamentally different, in my opinion, but there's literally no reason not to be bullish on ETH this year if you're paying attention. Case in point, BlackRock has officially backed Ethereum as well.
I see value in having an Ethereum ETF.
And BlackRock...
That's so important. That is so important.
Box isn't the only one. There's a handful of major companies.
We've already had Ethereum spot ETF applications filed, but
like, I mean, you guys saw it happen when the Bitcoin ETF came to fruition, right? Money came out of it and went into Ethereum. Ethereum pumped and held up higher than Bitcoin did on its pump. You know what I mean?
Different when it's BlackRock.
BlackRock is so in bed with the government.
People joke that there's 4 branches of the government: the executive, judicial, legislative, and BlackRock.
That they do not submit unless they're pretty darn sure they're getting that approval. And wouldn't you have liked to invest in Bitcoin months before they got their ETF approved? We have that opportunity today with Ethereum. So again, that's the demand constraint for Ethereum. Ethereum also has a supply constraint that's new because of new tokenomics, which were not here last cycle. So because of an upgrade called EIP 1559, which technically got implemented at the end of 2021 when the bear market had kind of just started, every time a transaction happens on the ETH network, a little bit of Ethereum gets burned.
All right. A little bit of Ethereum gets burned. Okay, cool. It has an infinite supply, though. That's the problem. What does it matter if they burn? They can burn as much as they want. They just print more on the back end. I don't know. That, like, just being devil's advocate on this part.
There's been over 4 million Ethereum burned, meaning gone, over the last 2.5 years. That ETH is not coming back. That's taken out of the system. And if/when enough activity...
That's more like, the wool over your eyes type thing. Like, it looks good, but like, Yeah, I don't know.
Happens on the network,
You know what I
it
mean?
becomes
Like, I don't know.
deflationary. And again, that changes Ethereum's tokenomics for me to almost the top, a 4 out of 5 for me. This is how I sort of rank
don't
or
know.
evaluate different altcoins.
I don't
But
know
let's
if I
move
agree with that.
on.
But like, I agree with Ethereum doing well, but I don't know if I agree with that.
Bitcoin and Ethereum, sort of the obvious ones. And again, the goal for me is always to be accumulating more Bitcoin, turn the altcoin gains into Bitcoin as best we can, although that does come with risk. But to me, the next 20% is L1s and then maybe L2s. And what smart money does is they understand, let's get a basket of 3 to 4, and maybe 2 of these will do fine, 1 might tank and might not do well. One of those could be that lottery ticket and might explode. So that's why it's not one specific coin, it's more of a basket of a few. And the reason I'm bullish on
You're probably better off taking 10 and putting $100 into each one of them if you're going to take $1,000 and split it up. And, 10 good coins that have decent potential, right? Yeah, honestly, anything with an AI after it or near it. No financial advice, but have a good day, Miss Pocket Change.
Air
Have fun at
ones
work.
is because unlike in the internet days, when you couldn't invest in the underlying protocol of the internet, meaning all of the value accrued to
Look
the
at Jeff
top,
Bezos
in
back in the day before Amazon. That's so crazy.
crypto, you can invest in those underlying chains.
Everything starts
meaning
somewhere.
no matter what aspect of DeFi makes it in the end, or no matter which gaming coins make it in the end, the value is accruing on these underlying chains. And personally, the ones I can see doing very well, Solana, it's already a blue chip, it's already pretty high. I think
How do you guys feel about Solana, actually? I am honestly, like, I'm debating, right? It's about $88 right now, or it was anyways when we looked at it like before this these videos. I don't know, like, I'm debating if it's gonna continue to pull back or if I should maybe just get in on some and just whatever. If it goes down, it is what it is. I mean, I have full confidence it's gonna go back up over $100.
I think it'll continue to do
My
well this
opinion.
cycle, but obviously Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, and Polkadot.
And Avalanche is one of those coins that I've never owned. I feel like I should, though. Or Cardano, like literally those two I haven't owned. I feel like I should, though. I don't know. You guys let me know what
are
you
sort
think.
of the blue chips. Polkadot is more regulatory compliant than the other ones. We discussed that more in this video. BlackRock Bitcoin ETF approval will pump these next 3 altcoins. Highly recommend you watch this video. But also Tron's sort of a sleeping giant. It is still hugely popular in Asia, especially with stablecoin settlement. But if I had to pick 2 to 3 for me, and by the way, it should be mentioned, basically every coin today I do own, because this is literally how I would spend $1,000. This is my story, so I do own these coins. I would pick Cardano and Polkadot as my high caps. I would pick Cosmos and Injective as the mid caps. Let's come back to that because
Polkadot's another one I had my eye on, and I'm not sure if I should get into it or
my
not.
next 15% is DeFi, or decentralized finance. Obviously, huge hype into 2024. For me, if I'm looking at high caps for DeFi, I like Chainlink, I like Uniswap. These 2 coins are actively being utilized. There's huge activities on these networks. I think they're going to do really, really well in the next 1 to 2 years. I also like the Graph because that's more of an infrastructure play. It's more of a decentralized version of Google's big query system. Next up, the next 10% allocation in the portfolio is gaming, or GameFi. I think that'll be big. The blue chips I like are Immutable, and I would say Gala. Mid caps I like would be ApeCoin.
What the hell's a blue chip? I don't know that term. Does anybody? What is that term? Blue chip? Put that in the chat if anybody knows.
Illuvium. If you look at the gameplay for Illuvium, it's insane. It looks so cool. And then if we had to look lower cap, obviously the ones that I recognize, Hello, they're doing a crypto version of Shark Tank, huge TV show that I'm in, I help produce. Miria, I may start running a few nodes on that. I think that one's really interesting.
Miria, they have nodes. Maybe I'll look into that.
Star Atlas, huge in the Solana ecosystem. But that brings us to our next 10% in the crypto.
Blue chip is like IBM, Apple, Microsoft. Oh, okay, I got you. Thank you, Ted. Appreciate it.
For me, would be AI coins, artificial intelligence, and I would also actually include storage, data storage in that, just because, again, we're going to need some place to store the data. And right now,
real quick, let's see. Look at this. Look at this. Power Mines is still here. See your coins there, 96. Look at that. Look at that. He's talking about storage. Real quick, let me see. BTC is considered a blue chip, large market cap. Gotcha.
Amazon Web Storage could do it. Google could help do it. Let's go with a
I don't think I've ever heard that term, blue chip.
decentralized solution. But understanding that all that, to me, is in the artificial intelligence umbrella for this list. Number one, BitTensor. This is sort of, it's a mid cap right now.
Oh my God, is that how you say that? BitTensor? I'm always saying it wrong.
I think this
I'm
is
always like Bittensor. I don't know how you're supposed to say
gearing
it.
up to be a blue chip AI coin in this space. If we scroll down, let's get some low caps. I think there's a lot of hype around Chain GBT, and actually, I am an owner of LimeWire as well. I think these
LimeWire. Do you guys remember that back in the day? We used to like pirate like songs and shit. Isn't this one of those websites that like people would like steal songs and shit on? And like, remember BearShare and all those? That's hysterical. I didn't know it was a token. That's
these
right.
two are sort of separating
Oh,
themselves
Dynex. Look at that.
from the pack. Another one, actually, that's not
Wait,
even
did
on
he
this
say Dynex? He didn't say Dynex, did he?
wire as well. I think these two are sort of separating themselves from the pack. Another one, actually,
Was he pointing at Dynex? Was he pointing at Dynex? That's kind of interesting. And you know what? Our man Yeti's going to be on, I think, Bloomberg Television this morning with Dynex.
it's not even on this list.
Or
But we
talking
have
about Dynex, rather.
talked about this before. The world's first
He
AI
wasn't? Damn it.
data
Fine.
infrastructure, AIT protocol. The beta recently just launched, so I like that they're implementing. And then the last 5% for me is the degen play. Some people may attribute that to memes. To me, if you look
Oh,
at
boy.
any meme, I guess we could take Dogecoin as the perfect example.
You know what? I've never used this categories tab that he's using. This is actually kind of a cool idea.
If we put the
I didn't even
Dogecoin
notice it was a
through
thing.
this ranking system, to me, Dogecoin's team would get a 0. They've come out against the project. They say it was just a joke. They hate the project. Use case, we can give Doge, a 1. You can use it to pay for things, but nobody does that. History has showed us that people would much rather accept Bitcoin as payment than Doge. Tokenomics is
Obviously.
horrible, highly centralized. Also, there's an infinite supply, meaning Dogecoin will be printed
This guy's shitting on Dogecoin right now. Austin, we're going to have to get in the boxing ring. Stop shitting on Dogecoin. Cut it out, all right? The L7's going to go to straight shit.
forever. Also, I would say
God damn it.
technology is a 1. It's truly nothing special. It doesn't do,
He's not wrong,
do that
though.
much.
It's a total shitcoin.
The community, that
He's
is a
not wrong.
5 out of 5. And I guess my point in all of this is sometimes with these degen plays, with these meme coins, or just low cap coins in general, to pump, sometimes a huge community is all you need. So my last 5%.
And you know what? He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Sometimes the degen play is the way to go with, again, meme coins. Like, dude, everybody and their mother would talk about Dogecoin at some point, right? Last bull run. Like, I remember building this house. One of the contractors that was building here when I was, where we were doing it. He was talking to me about Dogecoin and how he had some Dogecoin and he, made some money off it. He was all pumped about it. But like, everybody just like randomly knows about Dogecoin for some reason because it's cheap to get into.
Would go to something like this. Now, me personally, I'm not that big of a meme coin person. To me, what's more of a degen play that I really like much more is you go to these different ecosystems, maybe the Theta ecosystem if you're bullish on Theta, or maybe it's decentralized identity.
I really like this category thing they got. Did you guys know they had this tab? Or am I just, I just skimmed past it, obviously, and never noticed, but
Maybe it's
that's really neat.
DPIN. We've talked about this recently.
Oh yeah, DPIN networks are a huge thing, right?
And then you go into these ecosystems.
That's like Hivemapper and what's it called? Man, I forget what it stands for. Man, I forget.
Or categories that you are bullish on. And
I
you
knew it.
try
I
and
knew it
find
yesterday too.
Super low caps. And most of them are probably garbage, but the ones that meet your requirements in your ranking system, that's how you pick them for you. Now for this final 5%, I would rather hear from you down.
Oh my God, I gotta remember. Hold on, I have to Google it now. What does DPIN stand for? I forget. Decentralized physical infrastructure. That's what it was. Physical infrastructure networks. That's right.
Below in the video comment section, what do you like? Because for me, we're always very transparent on this channel, a reason many of you like watching, that you subscribe. And you can see the lower cap coins that I hold. If today's video gets over 7,500 likes, I will do an update because this will let me know you like this sort of content. Like always,
7,500 likes. Go give it to him. All right. Shout out to Altcoin Daily for that. That was a pretty good video, actually. You know what? I want to see now. Well, let's recap some stuff. So, all right, let's just check. Oh, Mr. DJ Death Star, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for the $2 super chat. He said, "Hey, you," with a sticker. Appreciate it, buddy. Let's see categories, dude. I honestly never even noticed that was even there. Wow, that's kind of cool. I like that. Actually, stable coins, decentralized finance. Wow, this is really neat. I'll have to make a video about this. That's cool. That's really cool. DeepIn, here we go. DeepIn networks. You have Filecoin, Render, Theta, Helium, Sia Coin, IOTA. Wow, interesting. That's really neat. That's really neat. Hivemapper's down here at 309 at 20 cents, taking a little bit of a pullback since, but everything's freaking pulling back, to be honest, except for like the coins that are, you know, so like, okay, right. So I want to point something out. So like Render's doing all right, but like, see all these coins, like everything kind of follows Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin's going down a bit, and the ones that are pumping, like, you know, like this one here, Sia coin, this particular ish coin, is going to go up when Bitcoin's going down. There's only a few, right? You guys are going to see that flip when Bitcoin does well. It's going to do ass. So just you know what I mean, take profits, don't be stupid, don't hang on to it. I'm talking to you, power minds, unless you really do believe in the project, which I'm not sure if you do. I think you just like the miners you have. 100 Air, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Let's see, anybody else have any questions? You guys have anything you want to talk about? Again, honey is at 20 cents. I really like these categories though. That's pretty cool. That's got like a DeepIn category. That's really neat, something to get into. Oh, this one, I honestly haven't looked into it yet, but has anybody bought into this yet? This Vish AI? I don't know, new AI coin, about a month old or something, Eric Ted said, but it's over on XEG. I don't have an account there, but I don't know. You guys could, who knows, make some dough off it. Let's see Chlor. How's Chlor doing? I know someone said they were mining Chlor earlier. 11 cents, man. You know what, I feel like this is a decent buy right now. What do you guys think actually on that? Is Chlor a good buy right now? I already mined it, said Mr. Nerdbeast. Nice, man, nice. Mr. RH Max, appreciate you for the $5 super chat. He said Hex is green again. Yes, it is. It is. Yes, Andrew Masad says yes, it's a good buy. Been mining Vish Chlor in XNA. Let's see how Nura AI is doing. Nura AI is up 0.4%. Nice. Let's check out Hex real quick, because super chat, appreciate you. Appreciate the super chat. Look at that, Hex is up 9.3%. I mean, Hex did take a total shit though, right, over the past couple months. Yeah, so it's back to where it was. Damn, that would have been a nice opportunity though. Holy hell. Yeah, it's 2x from where, or even more than 2x. That's crazy. Good for you, man. I hope you made some dough off that. That's sick. Hell yeah. Just don't hold it forever if you're, unless you like really believe in it. Oh man, wow, this had a huge run up, huh? Was that 11 cents and now it's not even a penny? Holy shit. Imagine if it went up that high again. That's crazy. I don't know though. I don't know about Hex, to be honest. I'm not into it, so I'm not, I've never really followed it. Let's see. Altcoins make money. BTC starts generational wealth for my kids. Hodl bitches. Hodl on. You know what? I got my Hodl sweatshirt yesterday too. How's this project doing? Let's see. Oh, sorry, 2 days ago. And it's amazing.
Bruh.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. Somebody hide the rope on Crypto KJ. Because he's not happy about this one. Oh my god. Oh my god. They need to make this mineable ASAP. They need to make this coin mineable ASAP. Is this going to be mineable at any time? Does anybody know? This is terrible. What is happening? Oh my god. They are listing on MX. I don't think that's going to save them though, bro. I don't think it's going to save them. That's terrible. They need to create that pool ASAP. If they don't get some sort of support, this thing's going to zero. Rug pull zeronomics for sure. Yeah, I'm not. Man, that's terrible. That's terrible. So like the fact that they, oh my god, I don't understand the whole like, you know, charging people money for a license thing. I think like, hey, listen, if you're gonna make a node support the network, you get rewarded in the tokens, like period. What's the problem? I don't understand it. Like, why do you have to pay for a license? You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get it. That's really bad. This looks really bad on them for charging people that much money for a license, and it's going to total ass. Like that sucks. That really sucks. It's going negative bonkers. That is how the Ponzi works. Man, that's tough. That sucks. You should make a most disappointment project of the last months. Oh my god, you know, that's actually a good idea for a video. That's a good idea. Geek of all trades. You know what? Maybe we should get together on that and do the biggest disappointments over the past year or over the past like X amount of months. That'd be kind of a cool video to do together if you're interested. Mr. Geek of all trades said exactly. Leave the license entitlements to FN Cisco and Meraki, not in crypto. Yeah, it's stupid. They shouldn't. To be honest, I don't think they should have any type of license fee, especially $300. Freaking ass, man. That's terrible. That's so bad. God, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's any other. What other coins are you guys into that are like totally speculative? Arbitrum looks like you know what? Is this a good one to buy? You guys into this? Anybody? It's pretty high actually from its all. Actually, what's the lithium looking like too? This one's I don't know. I was thinking about getting into Arbitrum a while ago, but I just never did. I think my man Rondi's into it actually. That's the past year, about 80 cents, like the low, or 78 cents. Where did it start at? What's the lowest? 74 cents the lowest, so it's up 100%. Nexa, you know what? Nexa's a interesting one, and I wonder what's gonna happen with it, to be honest. I think it was the developers of Bitcoin Cash that made Nexa, if I'm not mistaken. And I heard talks about a ASIC. Am I wrong? Like maybe an ASIC might come to fruition with this. Like they want to go ASIC mineable, right? I don't know. I think that's what I heard. But this chart looks like shit though. Like it's just like look at the peaks. Draw a line from peak to peak. This shit's going down. Or it's just, I wonder what's gonna happen. Like it's gonna be do or die time once it hits that line. It's either gonna tank or it's gonna, I don't know. I don't know how Nex is doing, to be honest. I hope that's doing all right. I hope they have plans, because who knows. XVG Verge. Is this that coin that was mined out? This isn't that coin, is it? I can't remember. XVG. Is this the coin I made a video on? Man, I can't remember now. Hold on. Now I have to look. Yes, it is. XVG. This is the coin. This is the one right here. They said my L7 was making $20 a day. I went over to it, started mining it, and this shit was mined out 100%. That's hysterical. That's funny. XVG, yeah. So like this coin's mined out, so I don't know what's gonna happen with this one, to be honest. This one's I don't know. Yeah, I think this is when the price spike happened, right when it was mined out. I don't know. Actually, no, it wasn't mined out yet. Actually, no, it was a couple months ago. When was this? 2 months ago. Yeah, it was only 2 months ago. Yeah. So I don't know. Weird. Very weird. I don't know what's gonna happen with this one. This one's just kind of 100% mined out, and you're gonna be living off network fees. So who knows? Unless they do something, you're kind of in trubs, I guess. Let's see. Dan R. ETC Powell back end rug pull without the common services, asking for a return. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. How's the lithium doing? Oh, if that would go to the right project, that would be nice. Lithium down 2.87. Man, I knew I should have got out of it at 240. I knew it. I was like, fuck it, I'll just hold it, whatever, it's fine. No, hopefully this goes back. I guess, you know what, honestly, if this one comes out with an ASIC, then I think we're gonna see a good run. But the other side of a lithium, if you guys don't know, like lithium's stupid fast too. It's kind of like Kaspa on the fast side of things, which is interesting, which I didn't know until Mr. Who told me this? Pellish Miner, actually. Shout out to him, because he sent me a transaction and showed me how fast it was. I was like, wow, I've never sold it. I've never used it. I've just been holding it forever since I dual mined it with Ethereum back in the day. And yeah, that bag turned into like $700. And I was like, okay, cool. I mined it for like a day or a couple days, and that was it. And it was a total ish coin. And then whatever, I'm like, so whatever, it's just free money at this point. But I've been holding it for like 2 years at least. Let's see, Miss Randy Hipper, good morning, good to see you, thanks for being here. Crypto 440, I mined Fairbricks, is that how you say that, last week? What a crap show that was. What is that? Fairbricks? Let's see, Fairbricks. I don't even know what you're saying. What is that? I don't know what that is. Mr. Crypto 440, appreciate you though, buddy. I remember when Elysium came out, I used to solo mine it for a couple weeks and cleaned up on it. Dude, Curtis, good for you, man. Good for you. Someone has to win, right? Good for you, man. What's trending over here? Let's see. Airdeo. Manta Network. Manta Network. I've heard of this one. 4.8%. Interesting. It's at 106. 106 ranking as of right now. Anybody into this Manta Network? Let me know. Oh, let's see. Intin is my favorite CPU coin. I predict they will become the default currency in Japan. Nicholas Pitts. Yenten? What is that? Yenten. 3.5% up. Tenth of a penny. Almost 2/10 of a penny. Let's see. Again, these charts are ass, but what's the oh my god, all-time low. Look at this, about 5 years ago. It's up. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever seen anything say it was up this much. That's hysterical. What is that? Is that 1 million? That's 1,000,000% up. It's up 1,000,000% from where it was at. That's crazy. That's wild. That is wild. I don't know, I've never heard of this actually. I've never heard of this coin. Anybody else heard of this? Mr. Fully Electric in the house. Good morning, buddy. Thanks for being here. All right, let's see. Nick K. Guacamole. Dude, guacamole. GUAC. What we got here? Let's see. I know you guys love this coin. This other ish coin. Oh, man. You guys think it's going to run up again? Get yourself some guacamole. We got 843 ranking. It's actually on the Solana network, so you could totally add this to your Trust wallet. I mean, sorry, not your Trust wallet, your Tangem. Your Tangem. If you want to add it to your Tangem, go check out that video. I dropped it a couple weeks ago, actually 2 weeks ago, I think. And yeah, code CCXD if you guys are interested in the Tangem wallet. It's actually my daily driver. But man, this thing's up 11,000%. Look at that. Crazy. That's funny. That's funny. I mean, hey, listen, you guys can make money off it. Why not? I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a meme coin, right? That's funny. Let's see. CCXD, you guys, DCA in Sol. Nice time to DCA into many awesome new coins. Yeah, that's or many awesome coins rather, not new coins. Yeah, Solana is definitely one of those ones right now. Again, it's 88 bucks. I wonder if it's going to get to high 70s. I don't know though. I'm like kind of debating if I should swap some into it today, just so I have some Solana, because I have no doubt in my mind it's going to go back over 100 bucks. But again, that's just my opinion, not financial advice. Need wallet to hold my BTC Nismo miner. Personally, I do enjoy the Tangem. It's the one I use personally. Let me see. I have a link in the description below if you're interested, but this is it. Tangem wallet. Again, it's like an NFC card. It's like literally a credit card. You just throw it in your wallet and you scan it with the phone app. You got to type in your code and then yeah, it unlocks it. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. You can get a 2-pack or a 3-pack, and to be honest, the best thing about it for me, where the hell do you buy it? Where do you buy it? Oh, get Tangem right here. So if you buy this thing, like it's just cheap, right? 60, like this one's 70 bucks. But you can get like 55 bucks, right? You put my code in CCXD. What's it at? Oh boy, I knew it was gonna take me there. Why doesn't it hold on. Oh, let's see. Has to be capitals. There we go. Capital CCXD. All right, so it's 50 bucks for a 2-card setup. Like for a wallet, that's stupid cheap. For a semi hardware wallet, that's stupid cheap. You know what I mean? And 63 bucks. Like you honestly can't get a cheaper wallet, at least unless it's like a mobile app, right? You can get the free apps, but at the end of the day, this thing's pretty sick. 2-card set, 49 bucks. Like it's fairly cheap, and to be honest, I do like it. everybody that I've heard used it loves it. So I don't know. You guys do what you want. Let's see. Any last questions? Yeah, I'm trying to accumulate some Link, Fetch, and Soul. Link. What's Link at? We're gonna check this. Don't worry that. Oh, Chain Link. Yeah, duh. Chain Link again. 14. Yeah, this is one of the ones I should probably jump into as well. But like at the same time, you got to look at when you're trying to get into like coins. Anything like in like the top 20, it's gonna be really hard for you to like, you know, 10x your money. It depends what your goals are, right? So like you gotta look at the market caps, and you gotta look at the projects. I mean, not so much the projects, but just the market caps in general. You know, typically things will pump if they have any type of hype behind them, but the probability of something getting to like 5x or 10x is most likely not going to be the coins that are in like the top, you know what I mean, 20 or even who knows, 20 30 coins, right? I mean, you'll get money, sure, 5x maybe, but like big gains, I don't know. Big gains got to go into something like a little bit more speculative, at least in my opinion. Dan, yes, I ate so much. What did you eat, Miss Randy? Let's see. All right, guys, unfortunately I do have to get out of here. Actually, I can't believe it's already 9 o'clock. I gotta get back to daddy duty, and unfortunately my dog is not doing too well. She can barely walk this morning, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Might have to go make a visit to the vet. Unfortunately, it's a very, very sad day. But anyways, all right, you guys have a good day. I gotta get out of here. Have a safe and happy Monday. Daddy duty calls. I'm gonna be rating you guys over to Randy Hipper. She starts in about 45 minutes, so let me know how that goes, and I'll see you guys over there. Peace out. Enjoy your day.
Eat shit, Gary. You are a loser. You always lose.